2, 3, 4, 5. Not ready yet. Not ready yet. I think that's it. Yep. Yes, it is. Okay. Turn that on. Copy link. Paste. Select. From there. Post. And. Well. I haven't seen anything yet for that, so. There you go. Hello, Vanilla Iced Loaf. How's your day going? And hello, Not My Child. Hopefully your day's going well. You know what? There you go. That looks better. Can't stay because I'm crocheting and watching Fire and Ash. I see. Well, good luck on your crocheting. Hello, Fog. How's your day going? Have a nice dream. I am early today, yes. Hope you're having a good day. I'm early today. I hope to be early tomorrow as well. That would mean that my schedule is actually relatively good. Rather than what it has been, which is bad. Pretty bad. Let me make sure I have the correct look. Where is... Oh, crap. I was supposed to figure out what that was. Hold on 1 second. I'm pretty sure I want to be opening... Hello, Solos. How's your day going? And hello, Paralysis Demon. I think it was number 2. It's not number 2, although number 2 is something that I would like to... Then what was it? Today I became a certified specialist, and tomorrow I'll fly to a girl 1.5... Why did I say 1 point? Basically 1,500 kilometers away. Well, I hope you enjoy your time there. Okay, was it 3? Yes, it was 3. Okay, gotcha. Black screen of death is gone. I was just scrolling through some of me... Some of my old work in progresses, or files. So I just didn't want to click on a file that was NSFW, and then, well, you know, it's YouTube, right? Okay, well... I'm gonna be looking for... Yes, the silent. Hello, Teddier. When am I being sent my Miku art? Oh, right, I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't particularly want to rip off the whole problem was there was another drawing at the back of that one that I didn't want to remove as well. But yeah, hello. Unfortunately, I might miss today's stream again. Yeah, fair. Well, goodbye. I'm sorry. Perhaps if it was a digital artwork, I would have sent it. Or rather, I'd have printed it out and then sent it, but it is a traditional stuck on a page. It is very unfortunate, though. But you know how it be. Alright, I need her hair to be coming out of that, so that's what I'll do. Bring it up and around. Something like that. Maybe you could draw a new one to make it up for me. I'm not too, to be fair, I never said I would send it, like, actually. I don't believe I said I would send it, at least. I can... No, I don't know. I'm not too into binding myself to making something or committing to something. But if I make a Miku artwork, I will send you an exclusive version of that artwork. How about that? That's a compromise. In mail? I did say I'd actually send it. What a foolish person I am. If I did actually say that, then perhaps I might actually have a true nemesis, which is my past self. Your voice sounds weird. It does it? Maybe I'll... Like the same type of weirdness, robotic or what? Wasn't today traditional day? I didn't stream yesterday, so... I'm really just going to be alternating the streams. If I stream digital one day, I'll stream traditional the other. So on and so forth. Yes, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna send a traditional... I don't particularly think I would like to go through that trouble of sending a thing. Like, I don't know. It's also the reason why I haven't, like, gone through the effort of making merch or anything. I just don't really want to send things. Hello, Anfi, how's your day going? Cute girl. It is the Silent, or at least a version. It's like a design of the Silent from Slay the Spire 2, that I've seen before on the internet. So I'm just drawing her. She was cute. Yesterday was digital? No, I didn't stream yesterday. I've been a fan for a year. If the reason that I'd send people things is them being a fan for over a year, then I'd have to send many more than just one Miku fan art. I'd have to send countless artworks to people. I don't think that's exactly a very valid reason. I don't believe. Your laziness is genuinely oppressing. Yes, it's my defining character trait. You have to have at least a couple negative character traits, right? If you want to make a living, you gotta sell merch. Well, I'm doing Patreon, and I'm doing commissions. I think that's at least something. I'm also doing YouTube. Not that YouTube pays the best, but you know. It is true though. You can always try to maximize your business potential. Hello, Goblina. How's your day going? How's it going? It's going good. I'm working on this artwork. I have a couple of drawings I'd like to get done today. I'll see if I can. I'll see how much I'll be able to do today. I hope I'll be able to do as much as I want to. Also, hello, Daru. No, I said that to you. I've decided to stay for a bit just to see you finish what you're working on. Well, hopefully I'll be able to finish it soon. It's really just going to be a doodle, not anything serious. You have enough? No, I don't really think I have enough. I don't think I have too much, really. Although, what's defined as a bad character trait is like, you know, it's subjective. So, mainly I'm going off of what I believe to be a bad character traits. I have a couple, sure, perhaps. Lumped in with those is my laziness. It's also quite convenient, you know. You gonna do the bunny girl I originally wanted? I mean... Sure. Sure? Yeah, sure. I pray your pillow is warm on both sides. You know what? That's fine. I don't sleep on a pillow, you see. So, luckily, I think I'm immune to pillow attacks. Do people like warm pillows when it's cold, or do people always like cold pillows, even when it's cold? I wonder. I wonder. I don't know. You're homeless? What? No, I sleep on a bed. I just don't sleep on a pillow. Not having a pillow doesn't mean you don't have a house. That's quite a large jump. Although technically, your home isn't necessarily a house, it's just the place that you're living. So, I mean, you can be homeless and still have a... I mean, you can be houseless and still have a home. Your home is where you dwell. Or, I guess, where you feel... I don't know. Where you feel is your territory. An apartment is still a... An apartment is still a home, right? Me when I... No, I don't know what that... I don't know what MFW means. Me fucking when? Is that what that is? I don't know. When I learned my YouTuber sleeps on a bed without a pillow like a weirdo, you're gonna be even more shocked when you learn how I actually just straight up sleep. I sleep kind of I sleep with my head straight. Pillow for weak baby. Yes, I have strong neck. I don't need any neck support. Oh, my face when... Oh. That's what that... I've always seen that. Like, I've seen that, I think, on some Reddit stuff, but... Or, I don't know, actually. I don't know where it's from. I definitely know I've seen it before. But, I never know what it's for, or what it means. My face when... I see. Okay. Hmm? Oh, I just like stylized, cute characters. That's about it. I'll really draw anyone, but I think it's just easier to make a character look cute than people are just. It's easier for people to pull off a cute character than like a super cool looking character, you know? So as it stands, it just happens that people put out more art that is cute that I like than that is not. Also, perhaps it stems from the fact that like when I first got into stylized art, I got into it from Yusuke Murata. Mainly the way he draws faces, and mainly Tatsumaki's face. Although, like, other faces are cool too. Like the way that he draws Genos' face, but it wasn't like super, super impactful. I mean Genos' face. Um yeah, something like that. I don't really know. I think it'd be difficult to like actually break down why. It's kind of like trying to break down why you like, I don't know, strawberry or something, or like vanilla flavored. I don't know. If I was a better artist, I wouldn't draw cool or cute. I'd draw anime girls in uniforms, such as Napoleonic. But isn't that cute? I mean, cool though. Isn't that like on the cool side? Military stuff is cool to me. I would think, you know, like the military aesthetic. Tanks, planes, jets, uniforms, guns. Cool. Anime girl, cute. Usually. Do I just abandon this nose idea? I probably will. How did I draw that? I guess I drew it like that. Which I did kind of like. Yeah, I would say you'd probably tend more towards the cool side. But it's usually the case that a thing falls between cool or cute. Isn't it possible to draw cute and cool at the same time? Yes, yeah, I think so. Like, for instance, I think anime girls in general are cute. Like, just the way that their faces are stylized. But if you put an anime girl in, like, armor or something like that, it depends, right? And, of course, it's gonna be subjective what you think is cool or cute. Like, if you have a bunny, let's say you have a bunny, like, really fluffy, it's cute. Then you put it in, like, I don't know, like some super cool armor or something. I would say the armor is cool, and then but I think the armor takes away from like the cuteness of the rabbit in like as a whole, right? I don't know. That's how it works for my brain. I think it's possible for a thing to have like cute aspects to it and cool aspects to it. But as a whole, it's on a scale. The entirety of the subject is on a scale. I think that's kind of what it feels. Where am I going with this conversation? I don't know. I'm going wherever the people takes me. In general, I think I answered your question, at least to the best of my abilities. I was mainly responding to Goblina's question. Cute anime girl in military outfit cancels each other for me. Yeah, it feels like it balances out, comes more closer to the middle. But I still think, of course, like there's parts of it. Like you can always break things down like into individual parts, and then that way you can actually still get cute and cool at the same time. When I come back to your server, you gotta make me a mod. I've been dedicated. I've been loving. I mean, I make people a mod when I feel like they act in the way that I probably would act to like decide if something is like, I don't know, decide what should be moderated or not. I don't actually know how you handle things, right? Like the mods that I do have are mods that I've at least seen. Like before there are mods, they kind of acted in a way that is like a mod. For instance, or well, I guess you wouldn't know the people that I was gonna start naming people, but you don't really. I don't think you know them because you're not on the server. But yes, we've talked much, but not about how how you handle stuff. I haven't seen you out in the wild interacting with other people, where I have seen that with the mods, right? It doesn't really matter what a person says, it really matters what they do. Oh, okay, well yeah, you do know some. Who the heck is Annie? Oh, you must mean Abby. Yes, I mean before I made them mods, I saw them interacting with people like in the server. So I actually saw if they were like people who would mod in a way that's like reasonable to me. But again, because I haven't seen you really interacting with people, I don't know. All I have is conversations, but conversations with me alone is not really enough. Also, a lot of the mods were suggested by other mods, right? And then I like looked into, okay, is this person actually someone who I think would be a good fit? Yeah, okay, cool. Well, you can be a mod, or at least I'll ask them if they want to be a mod or something. Except for Grump, I think I think for Grump, I just kind of gave Grump the mod because Abby told me to give Grump the mod, so I was like, okay, sure. You never got a chance? Yeah, sure, but like, so what I'm saying is, I'm not gonna make you a mod the moment you get into the server. But if you show attributes that makes me think that you'd be a good mod, then I'll make you a mod, right? Or at least assuming you want to be a mod, I'd make you a mod. But I mean, it's not really a special case for you. It's like that's just how I work with everyone. If someone leaves the server and then comes back into the server, I mean, yeah, it is the case that I haven't got to see how they interact, but then that's why I'll wait. I'll wait to see how they interact with people. I went to sleep watching these, and my brain started remixing your voice and songs into a rap. It was so fucking funny. Also, did you name your mods the Cardinal Sins? No. Even if I wanted to, that would mean I'd have to only have 7 mods, which would kind of be or there'd be a limit on how many mods, which to be fair we don't need that many mods, I don't believe, but whatever. Coat is too stiff. Is stiff around the arms but has to fall inwards at the hands. Coat is flowing outwards. I don't know, I like this shape. I like badminton. I like the shuttlecock shape. Is it her or is it her? It's her. I like this shape. Give me more cones. I love cones. Cones are great. Stiff, perhaps. Hello, Just User. Crab, give me not mod, but admin. I promise that I'll absolutely work my ass off and fulfill my responsibilities by doing absolutely nothing. It's very worth it, right? Well, supposing someone is in a place of power and they do absolutely nothing, it's not exactly like they're harming anyone. Yes, very, very worth it. Absolutely. Are you offended by that nickname? No? People call me a bunch of things. I don't think I'd be offended by frickin' Dennis. Tennis is quite the tame nickname, to be honest. My name isn't Dennis in the first place, so to be called Tennis isn't really... I feel like they have the same level of importance to me. I can just call you Sin. You call me whatever you want, within reason. If I don't like something that you're calling me, I simply won't respond to that name. The ass thing has been clipped. I see. It's not good. He likes all human interaction on emotions. And emotions. Me? No, I have human emotions. What are you talking about? I'm just very good at being calm, especially on the internet where nothing really matters. What style is that dragon girl in? Cone. Yes. Kana is in cone style. No, but really, I was just trying to go for a very, like, a very doodly type of style, low effort, I guess. Very limited ones. No, it's just you haven't been able to elicit any stronger ones from me. Like I said, I mean, on the internet, nothing is really that serious. So at least that's how I take it. I take it as nothing is that serious on the internet. Of course, I'm probably not going to respond to anything like super in a very loud or bombastic way. If I were to try to do that, I'd just be pretending, and I don't exactly want to pretend. Why is her coat so stiff? Yes, because it's an exoskeleton, not a coat, you see. That's why. That's long arms she got there? Yep, she has absolutely ridiculously long arms. Well, you know, of course, that's if those were her arms. I mean, these things over here, this part is going to be her arms, which I would say maybe I should reduce a little bit in size, but I'll workshop it. It's not set in stone. Yeah, I do like bandages. Bandages are cool. I agree, Candy. Hello, Zoe. My face when I know my YouTuber is making an excuse, but I can't force him to fix the problem. Yes, you can't force me to fix the problem, because I can always claim it's a style. I just like stiff clothing, or stiff-looking clothing, because I think it looks cool. I like sharp shapes, curvy shapes, bad. Or something like that. I can always make an excuse. Any words that a person offers you, except for doing the thing that you want them to do, or that they say that they want to do, or whatever, is just an excuse. Unless the person is actually doing something, it's only ever going to be an excuse. It could be a good excuse. I couldn't go to work because I got in a car accident, but, I mean, it's still an excuse. Excuse or a reason or whatever. It's, you know, just whether you think it's a good excuse or not. Whether it's a good reason or not. Have you seen the Sakina female drawing? The bandages are cool. Maybe, I don't know. Trying to come up with ideas for a single-player fighting game where you play as green-haired schoolgirl. Oh, green-haired schoolgirl. Well, good luck. Coming up with ideas for things is quite difficult. Or so I believe. I don't know. Good question, Teddier. No, no clue. Maybe just have really nice bandages. Hello, Divola. How's your day going? A lot of the times with anime designs, I don't think practicality is necessarily what they're aiming for. Do you like the aesthetic? If so, then do it. If not, then don't. And I'm pretty sure that's like all people are really thinking about. Which I think is the way it should be. But true, it's true. I don't actually know how these things are. I don't know why they're in the position that they're in. Although I do like it, to be fair, so I don't mind. Well, of course I don't mind, I'm drawing. Oh no, I read your comment in my head. I just didn't read it out loud. Why do you call him Crab? On Discord, my name is Crab. I don't think I could find anything interesting to say to your comment. Did your crab Discord profile picture abstract into the digital circus? That's, I mean, it does kind of look like that. No, it was, I just made it to look more like my Pixif profile picture rather than an actual crab. Hello, Nisage. How's your day going? Hopefully your day's going well. It's true. My name actually doesn't have anything to do with what I draw. It's simply just a reference to one of my OCs, the God of Singularity. Replace the word God with art, and you get Art of Singularity. And his OC is my wife. Also, I'm good. I was about to draw, I think. Well, good luck on your drawing, then. I did kind of forget exactly how I wanted the legs to be. Hey, go for something like that. Sure, I'll go for something like that. I mean, I think this is, like, relatively fine. You might as well call yourself Crab Tier Art, or Crab Tier Art, or Art of Crab Tier, or Crab Tier itself. Nah. Art of Singularity is kind of just what I'm called. At least that's what the channel is called. What's the lore with Entropy's fusion? Who is Ian? Oh, Ian. Who is Ian? The spelling of Ian is A-Y-I-N, I believe. I don't know why I'm saying I believe. I'm the one who spells her name, isn't it? Yeah. And why did they merge? Simply to get more power. Essentially, Ion and Entropy are kind of the same type of object. And in the story, Ion is good at making spells and, in general, like coming up with new powers or new ways to use powers. Also, Ion is very good with automation. And Entropy is good at manipulating already existing objects. Like I said, she's kind of like an alchemy cube from, like, she's basically a cube that does alchemy from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Something like that. So putting them together, you know, their combination is beneficial to them both. Able to use both of their powers, or, like, to combine both of their powers, essentially, into kind of one unit. They're certainly two different entities, but yeah, it's like a symbiotic relationship. They're combined because they work well together. I swear to God, sometimes you do rage bait so calmly. I don't know how, but you do. Try not to talk about lore challenge. Thank you, edition. Impossible. Rage bait? Nah. There's people who are invested in the actions of other people, and then those people are invested in the thoughts, the thoughts and actions of other people. So a person who doesn't care that much about forming to those preconceived expectations or whatever, well, they will be rage baited. But not because the person is trying to rage bait, but simply because those two people don't fit together. Oh, I see. Okay, I was like, what the heck is that? So on my tweaking, when I draw and zoom out, 13% to 20% of my lines get blurry. Does that happen to you as well? I, I mean, I don't think so, but maybe. Yep, no blood in her legs at all. Don't worry, she doesn't need blood. She's a. Well, I don't know what she is, but she doesn't need blood. Blood is for weaklings, you see. Think about it. If you have no blood, you can't bleed out. That makes absolutely no sense because if you have no blood, you're already. But you know, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Dying legs or not, bandages are neat. And I like drawing this squish. Which is probably the real reason, of course. Full render below your doodle. This thing, it's not really fully. I mean, it is definitely worked. Like, it's kind of essentially a full illustration, kinda. It could have been more rendered. That's for sure. It's more like a slightly more higher. Like it's a slightly more refined doodle, but it's still like relatively cool. There's a piece missing from her face though. This white bit is not supposed to be there. It's Melusine, Summer Melusine from Fate Grand Order. I like the line weight, reminds me of a manga. Thank you very much. A bratty succubus angel hybrid thing? Nah, I don't believe so. I think she's a. I'm pretty sure she's a dragon fairy spirit thing, something like that. I'm not actually too caught up with the lore, so honestly, don't ask me. But I think she's more like a dragon than anything. Hey, Denise, who's single. Uh. Denise, who is single. Hello. His OCs. Wait, what? Who's single? Well, I don't have an OC named Single, that's for sure. I actually don't think Jack was asking a question. I think Jack was saying that Denise, who is also single, so me, right? Like as in singularity, I believe. Art of singularity. I don't know. Or that little last laugh. I ain't deaf. Eh. Perhaps I chuckled. I can't remember what I chuckled at, but perhaps I chuckled. Just a little bit of a giggle. A little tee-hee. Can a man not tee-hee? I don't think that's exactly what I want to do. So I'll just close up the front, which is what I was planning to do at the start, but not when he teased me. Get it? Tease me? Well, I get it now. Something like this. Let's go with this. Ah, yes, I don't know why I tried to color to fill that. That was kind of stupid. She may have no bottom of her legs, but that's okay. I don't know, I don't think the only chatter. I don't think the chatter that has made me laugh the most, but there are some funny people. Perhaps you are one of them. Perhaps. I'm trying to do art, but I can't think of a proper scene around the concept. Proper scene around the concept I need to do the art with. Maybe if you have like a specific style that you're going for, you can look at other artworks that are in similar style and see like what they do. Perhaps you can find something. Yeah, perhaps you can find something like some inspiration, maybe? I don't know. I actually don't think I'm that hard to make chuckle or giggle. Giggle's such a cute word, isn't it? I'm just giggling. Should you get a second monitor so you can respond better to us? Yes, maybe, perhaps. Also because I could tell you search stuff up when I ask. I do look over to the screen, usually. Like a different screen. I technically do have a second monitor, it's just to the side of my... My second monitor is my phone. I don't stop using, like... I look over to the side, right? If I had a second monitor, I think I'd also look over to the side. So... I don't think it'd really change that much. In the end, I'd still like to read something else that is not on the screen already. I'll have to look over to a separate screen, which will make me stop doing what I'm already doing on the main screen, right? A chuggle or a gickle? What? When are you gonna cream her up? You know, that's a good question. No clue, don't hold your breath, you might die. I do like her design. Do I like her design enough to draw her again? Like enough to draw her again? I don't know. Yeah, but you can search things up easier. I think I can probably search better... What? I can search things up easier. I don't particularly search things. What have I searched up today? I don't think I've ever searched up anything today. Have you ever made me search anything up? What have you done that has required me to search something up? Well, maybe you have. I just can't remember. It is true, though. Sometimes I do search things up, but I don't think it's really that slow. Told you to look at stuff, etc. Don't remember. Probably not. Like, I do search things up sometimes. Like, if someone's talking about a specific character or whatever, I'll look it up. If they're like, have you seen so-and-so, or like, whatever, you know. This character from this game, I'll be like, probably not, but let me look it up and see if I actually do. I really like this song called Egg. I don't tend to look up... Oh, speaking of looking up songs, someone told me to, like, go to the music channel one time on Discord. I never actually ended up going, but now that you bring up music, yeah, I do remember that. I think it was James, wasn't it? Someone was like, you should look up, or you should listen to this song. I never actually did end up listening to it. Perhaps today if I remember. I probably should have told them to ping me in Discord so I would have gotten to it afterwards, but... well, I did not. Did not do that. Hey, yeah, like I said, maybe I'll remember today. Egmont Overture by Mac Leod. Leod? Leod. Maybe I will. Of course, we're all banking on my memory here. You need to listen more to your Discord member. Show some love, goddamn. Well, I mean, you know, I would, if I remembered. Like I said, I don't actually have a problem with looking things up. It's just if I remember to. So if someone goes out of the way to, like, remind me or something, then I will actually do so. If I forget, then I forget. I'm not gonna bother myself too much or keep too much mental bandwidth on this thing. I already have to think about a lot of things. Show love. Huh. Maybe I would remind you. Yeah, so, like, all you'd have to do, actually, is you just need to, like, for instance, send the link to the song, and then if you ping me, like, when I go on Discord again, I'll see that I've been, like, I'll have a notification, and then I can click on the thing, right? So I don't actually have to be online for you to ping me. You know? Notifications wait for you even if you're offline. Although I have been meaning to turn off the offline thing. James, Jesse's partner in crime. Saw the video about you putting your drawing. Oh yeah, that drawing. I don't really have one. Yeah, I think it looked cool. Maybe I would have done it too if I actually had the time to. Why do you appear offline anyways? I forgot the reason, but sometimes I'm just like drawing or something, and if I'm online I get pinged a lot, and I get distracted. And then I end up going to sleep at like 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. or whatever, and I don't really want to go to sleep at 6 a.m. or 8 a.m. because that's, like, stupid. So I appear offline so I don't get distracted by Discord. Probably not, Daru. At least not on stream. Like, maybe it'll be like that one Francesca drawing that I did. From Fate Strange Fake. Where when I drew it during stream, like, there was nothing, but then I added it afterwards. The good must never end. What is this? An infinite gooning? What? This guy's a master gooner over here. Yeah, probably not. I think the bandages will stay bandages. Like, they'll stay completely opaque. Yeah, that's the correct word, yeah. I bet Singy would be a massive gooner, but only is held back because of his addiction to drawing. I mean, it's certainly the case. I look at a bunch of NSFW drawings and stuff. But again, yeah, it does just feel like learning to me. Which is cool. I don't think it's really that necessary for me to, to be too enraptured by what I'm looking at. You gotta focus if you want to learn, I think. So, you're probably right. Hello, Unknown. How's your day going? Yeah, either way, you're always going to bed at 6 a.m. I went to sleep at 3 a.m. Wait, what the? I went to sleep at I went to sleep at definitely not 6 a.m. last night, and the night before that, I don't know, but yeah. No, I don't. I don't think I will. I don't think I will, Adaru. Maybe I will, but I don't know. Again, like, maybe not on. I don't think I'd do it on stream if I even were to do it. Are the horns supposed to be a different color? Are they gonna be? Are they like brown or? Yeah, let me look at this. Work again. It does look like they're a different color than the actual. Like, just slightly. It doesn't have to be too much of a different color. And the main part of the skull. Then I need, like, this type of green, I believe. Hey, that was actually, like, pretty good. I think? Maybe a little bit more green, actually. A little bit more saturation and brightness. Really? I don't really think that the Queen Draco drawing was that good. Or at least the chest. I don't think the chest area was like super interesting. But I mean, if you do, maybe I'll just look back at it. Maybe if I look back at it, I'll think differently. Oh, funnily enough, I did do like a 10-line drawing recently, or relatively recently. It was Iori from Blue Archive. So she had 10 lines. It was interesting. I think I could have done a little bit better, but all in all, it was a very fun drawing. I'd never done 10 lines before, mainly because I just don't focus on them. Like, whenever I see them in art, it's like, oh. It exists, but it's not something that I'm, like, specifically, yeah, focused on. But it was fun. Hello, Carneal. How's your day going? Hopefully your day's going on. Skull looks a bit too narrow. Yeah, perhaps. Well, I mean, too narrow. I don't know. I think it looks passable. I don't think it looks the worst. Like the original one that I did on paper, I think it looks like kind of similar to that size. Yeah, I was really trying to maintain, like, getting the face to be visible. Although narrowness is not really about, like... Yeah, it would start covering the eyes, which isn't the biggest problem, but I still want the eyes to be, like, kind of visible, you know? Quite good? That's good. Thoughts, only calcium. You never add feet to the characters for whom they matter? Why in the world would... the silent's feet matter? Does she have, like, bandages on them or something? I don't know. Might not matter, but hey, look, there's some feet right here. Low rendered feet, but still feet. You drew 11 artworks this week? That's a lot of artworks, actually. Nice work. Okay, so, yeah, that's the mistake I made. There we go. Sorry for the late reply. No problem. I don't really mind. Take your time. Eating is important, you know. I know. I skip breakfast a lot of the time. Leaves you low on energy. Okay, that's pretty good. I guess I'll just do something like... Interesting. Hello, Smile. How's your day going? Boobs or butt? Butt. Maybe Asuna, whatever you want to say. Tadier, responding to you. Other than that, not really. And to be fair, regarding Asuna, I don't know. I'm not like too pressed to do it in any case. In any case, I have kind of a bunch of other characters, non-blue archive that I'm planning on drawing. I do like her hairstyle, which is why I'm thinking about drawing her in the first place. But yeah, she's not like a priority. She's not like a priority for me to draw. I would not hold my breath for me to draw her anytime soon. If I do, then it'll be like a cool surprise. But like I said, oh, there's that girl with the black wings and the kind of crazy black wings, red halo, kind of crazy vibes. I think she had like a torn up outfit, sort of. Like it's in tatters. Not to be confused with Teddier. No, I'm not talking to anyone else. I think you just have your YouTube chat on top chat rather than all messages. I can see all the messages. So, I was talking to a Carneal, or rather, an artist from space. Are you drawing the Silent from the Slay the Spire game? Yes, I am. Hello, Simusin? How's your day going? And hello, love One Piece Forever. How's your day going? Yeah, she does have a kind of grumpy face, though. I love a good grumpy face. Who doesn't? What is Slay the Spire? Like a turn-based card battler or something like that? I don't actually know the proper way to describe it. I haven't really seen any gameplay of it. I've seen the fan art and fan designs of different characters from it, but I haven't actually seen any of the true game itself. I've seen this design of the Silent, but to be fair, is the Silent an actual well, whatever. Hello, Dam. My day's going well. Hopefully your day is going well as well. Crab? Who's that tomboy? What tomboy? I'm so curious as to how or what kind of gamer would you be if you played shooter games? I don't know what that I really don't know what that means. What type of gamer you'd be if I played shooter games? I used to play shooter games. At least I used to play Call of Duty and to some degree Apex, although I didn't really like Apex as much. I like the movement in Apex, but I don't know. Apex never really clicked with me. What type of gamer you'd be? What does that mean? I have no idea. Black Ops 3 was very fun. I think it was Black Ops 3. And then I had a Modern Warfare and I don't know. But yeah, you'll probably never know. A person can only follow their interests. Which, to be fair, is not to say that I'm not interested in shooting games or anything like that. Because I am. I'm just simply more interested. There's just other things. There's other responsibilities I have. If I'm playing the game, I'm going to play with my siblings because otherwise I'm just, up in my room all day. And I'm not gonna be up in my like if I'm in my room all day and then I come outside and then I like instead of like hanging out with my siblings, I like play with like other people. It's like what? I don't know. That doesn't seem like a thing that I would like to do. So if I'm gonna play the game, I'm gonna play with my siblings because that's like the time I get to spend with them. Or something like that. Other than that, I have to, I stream for quite a long chunk of the day. After I stream, I have to like catch up on the other things that I haven't done for the day. Um, eat lunch, dinner, clean the parts of the house that I need to clean, make dinner for my siblings. There's quite a big chunk. I simply don't have the time to give to anything else. Like, maybe you do meta? No, I just play whatever is the most fun. I never used to play meta or whatever. I hated it. When I used to play shotguns, like, I just hated... Or, no, when I used to play Fortnite, using SMGs or whatever, it was like the spray and pray meta. I don't know. That was just... It was kind of crappy. I think it was just more fun to do other things. I really like using snipers. I think snipers are really cool. Have snipers ever been the meta for, like, most games? I don't know. But they're fun to play. And they're rewarding. Hello, bruh. Who's this? This is the Silent from Slay the Spire 2. At least a design of her. This is not the official design. Certainly not. You should go play Gravedigger on Roblox. Slower paced shooter. It's hard to learn. I like it. I see. Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't really have anything against Roblox, but I certainly don't have Roblox. That's not really an excuse. It's just like, I don't know. I could download Roblox, right? That's not really saying much. Would you check out the game I said? So, like I said before, when I finish stream, I'm not gonna, like, play a game that's completely unrelated to, like... Basically, I'm gonna hang out with my siblings. When I'm done drawing and when I'm done streaming, I don't really... Because games are not really that important to me, I'm completely okay with not, like, trying out a bunch of different games, because I play the games that I can play with my siblings. I'm probably not gonna play Gravedigger. Why? Because, I mean... Like, if I go to the living room... yeah, no, there's just... Probably not gonna play Roblox. Are you doing well? Yeah, I'm doing good. Like, perhaps one day, if I, like, for whatever reason, I'm, like, separated from my family or whatever, and I don't have any responsibilities when it comes to when it comes to things outside of drawing, perhaps then I would give more time to play Roblox or other games. But GTA 6? Man, I don't even have a PS5. Guess I won't get time to learn who the tomboy at the bottom left corner... Oh, this isn't a tomboy. This is a... Wait, what the heck? This is a guy. This is the flamboyant cuttlefish guy that someone donated me to draw. I didn't actually need to give all the colors, because, like, when people donate, it's really just for sketches. Otherwise it'd just be a commission, which I don't exactly do through donations. But yeah, it's a boy, not a tomboy. It's supposed to be based on a flamboyant cuttlefish, which is an actual name of a real cuttlefish. Like, I thought they wanted, like, a cuttlefish that is flamboyant, but no, it's an actual species of cuttlefish. But yeah. You hang out with your siblings, but not me. Unfortunately, you're not my sibling. Or maybe fortunately, I don't really know you. Certainly not my sibling, though. Are you doing well? Yeah, I'm chill. I'm having a good day. Where are the tentacles? The hair is supposed to resemble tentacles vaguely. Although it kind of just looks like polka dot noodles. Polka dot shiny noodles, but the hair is supposed to look like kind of like that. If I were a sibling, I'd throw trinkets in your room while you streamed. Well, if you were my sibling and you did that, you'd have to pick up the trinkets that you threw in my room. We all like men, huh? Just gotta wait till your siblings go through that rebellious cold sibling phase so you can play some games. Perhaps. I mean, as people get older, as people go through life, they tend to just drift apart, at least a lot of the time. Of course, there are also times where you just don't drift apart, you know? It's usually a lamentable thing when family members drift apart, especially for no good reason. I mean, you could probably say the same thing for friends, but I think it's, well, you know, it depends. I guess I'm kind of counting that as like friends, to be fair. It's a lamentable thing when friends drift apart for no good reason, but it's also, yeah, it's just when people in general drift apart for no good reason. And by no good reason, I mean like, I don't know, personal grievances that could have been like ironed out in the moment. It's one thing to drift apart because of, you know, responsibilities, having a family, a job, life getting in the way. That's something. But if it's like, if it's the case that everyone is free and you totally could hang out, but you don't hang out because of like stupid things that you or the other person have done, then I think that's like a thing that, well, a reasonable person would be able to fix. Although it kind of takes two people to fix a relationship or something, so it's not all on just the one person. Though, well, yeah. Hello, Dungreed. How's your day going? It's a child and heavily revealing colors. Really? I don't know that. That's unfortunate. Yeah, once your siblings turned 18 to 19, they become distant. Yeah, I think it's just how it works. Like, yeah, with friends too. Hello, Photon Artist. How's your day going? A Roblox profile picture, an expert in detecting such things. Me when I look at anime character and see a person. Crazy. Sai, how old is the character? I don't know. I have no idea. Although I don't think this character actually represents the true character in the game. This is a fan design that I've seen. It's not the actual design of the character, I do not believe. I want to draw some more anime girl heads. Any ideas? I don't know. It's a good day. Your art's awesome. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm doing chill. I mean, my day's going good. Because I'm drawing. I think anytime I'm drawing, I'm just having a good time. Any ideas? Is there any specific head that you want to draw? Any specific angles? Maybe you can, like, test out some low-angle drawings or whatever. Hello, Hyperspectre. How's your day going? I'm drawing along with you. Well, I hope you succeed in whatever it is you're drawing. And hello, Cyrus. Did you see the 2 heads I've drawn recently? Actually, I have. I forgot to comment on them. I like the one with the... Well, actually, let me look at them again. I think the latest... The one before the latest. Yeah. The horse... Is that a horse girl? I think it's a horse girl or a cat girl. That is a good expression. I mean, you've been pumping them out, actually. The first one... But, like, the first one with line art, that's cool. But the one with the one in the middle, that's not the upside down head, that one was really interesting. Specifically the expression. I think the expression was cool. Have you ever drawn a Hydra-like character, like multiple heads on one body? No. Never done that. Do a flip? Nope. Not your father, also. I don't see anything overtly crazy. I don't think Singularity would draw something like that. Huh? Like, okay, so... To be fair, I don't think you saying that actually means anything to the people who you're responding to. Mainly because they're not actually talking about what I think you're talking about. They're talking about the anime character. Or rather, the character that I'm drawing right now. To them, they see it as a child, which is like... I mean, if they want to see it like that, sure, but... You know, having your perception on a stylized character and then pushing your perception of that character onto other people is... I mean, that's not a viewpoint or a way of engaging with other people that's really meant for communication. It's not meant for communication, it's just meant for pushing your problems onto other people. And if you want to push your problems onto other people, that's cool, but like... I mean... Yeah, I don't really think you're talking about the same thing. I don't have too much interest in engaging with people like that, to be fair. Because there's, I mean, in the end, there's not really any point in talking with people who only engage with their own point of view. Finally using digital instead of traditional drawing? What? I've been doing digital drawings for a long time. In fact, the 2 previous streams were my first traditional streams in a long, or like, yeah, they're... I haven't done any digital drawings in a long time. Have I been drawing using this? That sucks, but it's cool. Yeah, the upside down looks a bit off. I had a lot of trouble drawing that one. Somehow it's harder for me to draw a face looking straight at the camera than a side one. Fair enough. It's an objective fact. It's a literal child. It seems like you're... Is this a troll? I mean, without like taking it too seriously, if you like look at an anime character and you look at a real person and you hold them side by side, you can objectively see that it's not the same thing. You can distinguish between the two. If you can distinguish between 2 things, I don't think they're the same thing. Otherwise, they'd be the same thing, you know? Also, even like you can also just like it's not whatever. Yeah, it's kind of just feels kind of stupid. And by stupid, I mean, I'm not even talking about the person I'm responding to. I'm talking about me even responding to it. It's stupid for me to do that. Why? Because, like, again, there's no reason to communicate. Because there's no attempt at communication. To a certain degree, it feels a little bit unfortunate, but, like, I can't really be bothered that much to care. You missed the message before the one about upside down. Let me see. I'm asking about not just the angle, but also what character, what expression, what colors. That's a lot of questions, so I'm not exactly going to be able to give you that. How about a low angle shot, though? Have you ever thought about making a light novel? Your illustrations would look fire. Thank you. I have thought about making like a manga or a light novel, or maybe not a light novel, but definitely like a manga. Yeah, at some point. One day when I feel like I have gotten to the point that I want to get at. No, actually, when I feel satisfied with the illustrations that I'm doing, then I'll make a manga. It's simply the case that I'm not really too interested in making a manga right now because I really like making illustrations. It's not really that I feel like my illustrations are not enough or whatever, it's just that I feel that I don't really want to at the moment. One day I will. there's a very large difference between a grown adult in anime and a lolly. Yeah, okay, so but there's a big difference between art styles in general. Like for instance, if you look around at different anime and you look at their styles and you compare all the different anime styles to each other, there's going to be like there's going to be big differences between how adults across multiple shows look in the first place, right? How an anime character actually looks is not the way like how an anime character looks is doesn't actually dictate if it's an adult or not in the story. Like it's really the writing that dictates if it is that or not. But even more than that, if you're calling something a literal child, you kind of are saying, like, you're saying that between an actual literal child and the child that you're referring to in the piece of media, that they're the same, right? Which it's the case that they're not. If you're just talking about art styles, then people can take on any art style. Like, you can take on any art style and say that it's this way or the other. Like, isn't Jotaro supposed to be like a 17-year-old? Have you seen the Baki art? The Baki. Have you seen Baki? Like, there are characters in there that's supposed to be like teenagers, and they don't look like teenagers. I don't think you should be looking at an anime art style and then saying, one thing or the other. Because I'm saying that, like, some teenagers in the manga, in like the anime or whatever, looks older than the adults that are also in that that manga. Like, they're bigger, buffer, right? So if you're taking art style, it's just that's kind of a bad argument because you're like kind of shooting yourself in the foot, I guess, is how it feels. That's how it feels. But I mean, in the first place, yeah, like, anime characters don't look like real people. They're clearly able to be distinguished from human beings. And that is the important part. JoJo teenagers versus anyone in Nichijou. Nichijou? Yeah. I haven't seen that show also. I've heard of it, but never seen it. Yeah, okay, so the problem with that, Dungreed, is right now you're taking your own idea of what a child in anime looks like, and then you're projecting that onto any art style. And that's okay, you can do that, but I don't think you should push your perception onto other people. Because when it comes to stylized art, you can, I mean, look. Yeah, again, it feels, because, like, there is no communication here. So it does feel like I'm kind of wasting breath. It's a stream, and so I'm here with a mic, so it's, like, not as much of a waste of breath. I'm not really pressed about it, I don't really care. But, like, no, it's not a child. It doesn't look like a child. If you've actually seen a child, then I think I'd hope that you'd be able to, like, look at an anime character and then look at a child and be like, yeah, these are two different things. If you actually think that a fictional character looks like a child, I think that's kind of a problem, you know? What happened while I was gone? Eh, boring conversation. What do you think about Jimoto Psycho? It's a cute slice of life anime that depicts violence and drug abuse and the harsh reality of life. I think I've seen that. I've seen the trailer for it. I haven't watched it. I don't know. Like I don't know if it's even out. Is it out? What I think about it? I think art still is cute, but never really heard of it. I haven't engaged with it, so I don't know. Is there any chance for you to watch Nishijo sometime? Maybe. Yeah, there's a chance for me to watch a lot of things, a lot of anime. Well, actually, I don't know. Trying to judge trying to like make plans of the future never really goes well. I don't know. I'd have to be convinced of it first. I haven't really seen much of it. I don't really know what it is in the first place. Yeah, and in the end, that's where we disagreed on greed. And I honestly, I don't think there's any like I can understand your point of view, but I don't believe it's true. And that's that. I don't think there's any like real conversation to be had here. In the end, we're just gonna start like it's really gonna start talking about like whether you know how some people can like sour foods and then some people just really don't like sour foods. It's something like that. It's kind of like your perception of something is not the same as mine. My perception is this thing is not a child because it doesn't look like a child. Because I've actually seen, like, I think all of us have seen children. If you've been alive for, like, long enough, like, you know what a child looks like. You know what an anime character looks like. They don't look the same. And so, I just don't see anime characters as children, right? And that's just how it works. But obviously you don't see it that way, and that's okay. I don't need you to see it that way. But it seems like the conversation is at its end, so. Hello, Vio. How's your day going? There is a doll? Well, a robot girl in Nishijo. Oh, that's cool. What, you're trying to entice me with the robot girls? I mean, honestly, that's a good shot, I will say. That looks 22. He's not saying it looks 22, he said it's 22 minus 10, so that'd be 12. She looks 12, right? There was a minus 2 there. I get where he's kind of coming from, I get where he's kind of coming from, like, whatever we draw usually, if we stylize, they look nothing like the real thing, but we associate certain patterns with certain things. Like, anime eyes are nothing like real eyes, but we still think of them as eyes. But even so, I think it's kind of stupid to project real people onto drawings. I mean, yeah. Like, and to be fair, that's like I understand if a person can see like the characters in that way, but it's simply not the case that a person has to see them like that. Right? Because the way that you interpret a stylized artwork is going to be like relatively subjective. That's the problem. It's not like you're drawing realism here. Real life is not exactly like, it's certainly not as subjective as art, and I would say that like there's some clear tells on whether a thing is the thing, like a thing is what it is or not. When it comes to stylized art, the artist has essentially full control over the, like, all the aspects of the art. And stylized, I mean, like you said, stylized art never looks exactly like it. When we're dealing with things that you interpret, it's not the case that everyone interprets things the exact same way. So it's kind of like, I don't think it's the right way to go around to interpret your way of viewing like a stylized artwork or anything that is subjective in a way that's like absolutely true or not. It just seems kind of foolish. It seems kind of foolish, or not. It doesn't have to be foolish, but it just seems kind of like if you just don't even take the time to try to perceive it from another perspective, it just kind of feels like you don't want to have a conversation. What's the point in speaking if you don't want to have a conversation? Also, hello, Jimbo. How's your day's going well? 99 degrees out right now. Where the heck do you live? That don't sound too fun. Where I am, it is 89 degrees. Though it would raise questions when an artist has devoted interest in drawing child-proportioned characters in skimpy clothing. Perhaps I may agree with you if the artist actually thought of them as literal children. It's not the case that artists usually think of them as little children, especially when you're looking at, like, anime. Like, to me, what it seems like is you're saying, like, it's more like the sentence that you're saying is more like, it would bother me if an artist draws what I think to be child proportion. Like, okay, it depends. Are you talking about like realistic, like a real life art style, like hyperrealism or whatever? Because sure, but if you're talking about like anime, I don't think they look human. I don't think it's like exactly the right thing to treat them in the like to, you know. I think most artists, when they look at like an anime character, they don't think, oh, this is like literally a child. And like, it's okay if you do, to some degree, I guess, but it's also not the best thing to like assume that everyone else believes the same thing that you do. How's the heat wave treating you? It's thankfully cloudy and cool over here. Heat wave. Is there a heat wave right now? Or if you're even talking to me? Well, the heat wave is treating me fine. I'm not really outside that much, especially when it's super hot out. Or I try not to be at the very least. Hello, Microfish. How's your day going? My entire life, I never relate anime or cartoons to real people. My twin brother does and argues with me about it all the time. Yeah, it'd be like that. Again, it's just gonna be down to the perception, right? I think it's fine for a person to have a perception about a certain thing. You could think that based on your perception, a thing is like weird or whatever, but I think it is completely wrong to assume that other people like think the exact same way as you. Like, I think a majority of the problem is, like, you draw a character, a person interprets that as a child, and then they assume that you interpret it as a child as well, and so they kind of end up making their problem your problem as well. When it's like, oh crap, I grabbed the wrong thing. What the? Oh, no, I was correct, actually. Like, I think the healthier thing would be to just, like, be like, okay, I don't really like how this looks, but I know that, like, I think that there's just more nuance to, like, more nuance to be had when you're interacting with the world. But it'd be like that. At this point, it kind of feels like like, if I were to truly complain, it kind of just feel like I'm complaining about the nature of humanity itself, which is like, I don't know, it feels kind of like a stupid thing to do. Stop wasting your breath on the troll account. Oh, like I said, I'm not really taking this too seriously. To be fair, I mean, there's a bunch of people talking, so I'm like bounced between different people speaking and whatever. But, I mean, I'm talking for talking's sake. Not too invested. I think it's good for me to, like, try to... I mean, in the end, talking does help me better, like, Let me see. It helps me put my thoughts into a presentable way. So the next time I have to, like, say something or whatever, I am able to say it better. I think speaking is a good thing for that. It's good to formulate thoughts and make them a little bit more, like, understandable for people, I guess. Like, in the future. I think it's just good. It's just a good training for speaking in general. Trolling or not, I will take it as an opportunity. Stop giving them attention. No, I mean, like I just said, I'm mainly using it as an excuse to get, like, to be able to formulate my thoughts better. I mean, like I said, like, originally, I don't think that this is really a thing that will have a conclusion at all. Because it's really just people arguing, like, I don't like... It's like people saying, I don't like sour foods, I don't like super sweet foods, I don't like this or that or whatever. You can't exactly make a real argument for it, because, like, whether a food tastes good or not is subjective, in the same way that art is. But I do think that you can probably, like, if you were to talk with someone, you can probably put it into better, like, about your different tastes in food, perhaps. If you talk about it, maybe you can find a better way to explain to someone why you like a certain food or something. You know? I don't know. That's how I think about it. Also, hello, Jesse Jackson. How's your day going? Hopefully your day's going well. Hello, Cortex. The bandages are simply what the character is wearing. Like, it's literally part of the character design. It's not something that I came up with... It is part of the... Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly something I came up with, like, off the top of my head. This isn't an original character. This is the Silent from Slay the Spire. At least this is a fan design for the Spire. I mean, the Silent. This is a fan design for the Silent in Slay the Spire. The character has bandages, so I'm drawing bandages. Although, I would say the character has more bandages than this. I mean, in the end, Nisage, I think, I mean, yeah, it's a big tendency for people to like just move the goalpost. It's fine. I mean, yeah, in the end, I think that if you go into the conversations completely expecting to convince the other person, I don't think that's exactly the right way to do it. Why? Because, well, I mean, a lot of times people are not so inclined to change, like, their mind. Which is fine. For the most part, you know, especially, well, it's fine for things that don't matter. That don't really matter. Like, I usually go into it just for the sake of, again, like I said, sharpening my thinking, sharpening my thoughts, and my ability to, like, talk about things. But I'm not gonna go into here, like, thinking, I'm gonna convince this person of this or that. Now, if they do happen to be convinced, that's cool. But it's kind of like being in debate class, or what I'd assume being in debate class would be like. You're not exactly arguing like literally for something, but you're just like assigned. It's kind of like, yeah, I mean, I've heard that in debate class you like get assigned a position and then you have to defend it, whether you actually agree with it or not. In this case, I do actually believe what I'm saying, but it's like the same thing. It's like it's practice just to be able to sharpen your reasoning skills, maybe? I don't know. Something like that. Hello, Takusaka, I think. I don't try to convince. It's more being open-minded. But then I learned some people don't care. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of people who are just not gonna be open to hearing the other side. I mean, whenever I engage with anything, I don't think I have many. I don't really have it go into things with expectations. Is Slay the Spire worth it? Oh, I don't know. You'll have to talk to someone else about it. Because I haven't played it. I like the way you shade dark toned characters. I mean, yeah. I mean, regarding other people who are trying to shade it, or like, who are struggling, I think it is the case that sometimes it is quite difficult. I think, like, in general, it's kind of the same practice, but you have to be. I think for a person who is more used to shading lighter skin tones, it's going to be like a bit of a learning curve to try and shade darker skin characters. Of course, they can have like different they could totally have like ulterior motives, I suppose, for like not trying to learn to shade, but that's one thing and this is the other. I've simply had a lot of practice, I guess. And, you know, I also have dark skin, so I can also just use myself as reference, sort of. Although I would not say I'm like, I'm not shaded in real life as the way that I shade real characters. There's going to be a bunch of different things that makes you shade like a character a certain way. Like some people have like redder tones or more yellow tones, sometimes even like green. I guess green and yellow are kind of like going in the same area, but whatever. I do believe, though, Jesse Jackson, that Dungreed probably is a troll, to be fair. So, I don't know. To be fair, I do have the ability to, well... I'll cross that bridge when I get there. If you're asking if I've done pixel art, not really. Not seriously. Hello, Daniel. How's your day going? I'm not a fan of people shading the darker skin characters and making them look super shiny or oily. Well, I mean, that just depends on the person's style. Yeah, depends if you just make people shiny in general. And when you're faced with, like, a darker object, it's sometimes compelling to make the thing shiny. Although it starts to look less like skin and more like latex, so yeah. It depends, though. But I mean, the same thing can be said for any type of skin. And, like, whenever you make any type of skin too shiny, it just looks a little bit odd. Sometimes. Like, it's the reason why I stopped using a lot of highlights in my... Or, I stopped trying to use so many highlights. I do still add highlights, you know, probably, like on choice areas. But before, I would add highlights, like, here as well, and then here as well, and it'd just be too many highlights. Remove the bandages and put clothes on? Oh. Skin too shiny? I don't like when my skin looks too shiny in real life. That's fair. It's just gonna come down to the person's style. I'm glad you like the stomach. Unknown? What made you start drawing? Well, I was like 12 and there's this girl that I liked and I wanted to draw. And I wanted to draw her face. I wanted to like have her be able to... I just wanted to be able to draw her face, like, and just how she looks and her expressions and stuff in my sketchbook. So I started learning to draw because I wanted to draw this girl. But then I got into stylized art and like mainly through like looking at One Punch Man's manga. Like Yusuke Murata's artwork is just really inspiring. The way how he's able to, like, all manga is black and white, but specifically Yusuke Murata, I guess it's like it made it feel like I could also do something that impressive because he was only drawing in black and white. And of course he was drawing on like a digital tablet, I believe. I think so. And I was drawing on sketchbook, so of course, like, I would never... At the time, I didn't have the tools necessary to do that, but still, just the idea that it was drawn in black and white meant that, like, with just a pencil, with given enough practice, I'd also be able to do that. And I do think that's true. But yeah, I mean, I guess Yusuke Murata really inspired me. Just from... Yeah, just from his sheer technical skills. Yeah, I started drawing 9 years ago, when I was 12. Technically, it was late into 2017, so... It's not actually 9 years yet. It will be 9 years, like, by the end of the year. Or, like, nearing the end of the year. The second half of the year, it would have been 12 years. I started drawing anime at 12. I even have art uploaded on DeviantArt. I think I also have art uploaded there, but then I deleted DeviantArt. So I don't know what art I have there. One day I'll probably like check it out and like relive old memories. How old are you now? I'm 21. Or actually no, I'm 20, but in like a week I will be 21. A week, give or take a couple days. It's more like take a couple days. But yeah, it's been a long time since I started drawing. Although, when I started drawing, I wasn't really interested in drawing, I was interested in the girl. So I wasn't really passionate about art. I only got passionate about art when I got passionate about like stylized art. I don't think I was ever like super into like realism in the first place. Like the only reason I even wanted to do realism was just because I wanted to draw the girl's face. Is Dennis your real name? Nah, nah. That's what they call me. They call me that because one of my Discord mods made a poll for like names to call me because I mean I don't have a name on I don't have a name, so people had to make up a name. They came up with Dennis. I'm pretty sure Dennis because of like how some people in Chainsaw Man's fandom call Denji Dennis or whatever. I don't know. What's my social security number? I'd tell you, but I don't really have anything funny to say. Who's gonna call you Singularity anyways? I'm not complaining that my name is Dennis. I'm not even saying it's surprising that people come up with a different name to call me than Singularity. My name is not like, I mean, that wasn't my intention for people to call me Singularity or Art of Singularity. That was just my channel name. Because I have a character named the God of Singularity. Although I did expect like something like maybe Singu, Sin, something around, like something to do with singularity, right? Because I think that's the word that sticks out the most in the channel name, so I assume people would call me something relating to that. But nope, Dennis. We ended up with Dennis, which I don't mind. I just think it's funny. By the way, the side profile of the whole body is so hard to draw, especially in a way that makes it look good. Like, it's not very interesting. Even a stiff front pose is more interesting than that. Maybe. I'm not too good. I'm not too, like, what to say? Experienced with side profiles of the body. It's like something like, I mean, let's draw the head. It's something similar to this. I think that I need to put out the hip a little bit more. I think it can be seen as relatively boring, though. I think this leg is a little bit too short. And the arm would be somewhere here. But to be fair, I think direct side profiles of things are usually like more boring. Like it's usually like 3/4 view perspective that looks cool. The hell? What is the Singularity type music in the background? It's just another. I kind of forgot I had other tracks to put in streams until I went to my my traditional art stream, and I was like, oh wait, yeah, I have a bunch of different other songs that I've made. So, this one right here is just one that I've had for a while. It's also one of my favorite songs I made. It's like relatively simple, but I think it works. It's pretty moody. Do you draw spicy art before? Yes. Yeah. Like, so before YouTube, I was actually an NSFW artist. I got onto YouTube, and because, of course, YouTube is YouTube, I can't really draw NSFW art on YouTube, so I kind of toned it down, like, a whole lot. So it may have seemed like I went... It might, from, like, just looking at my YouTube stuff, it might seem like I went from Safe for Work to NSFW, but really I went from NSFW to Safe for Work back to NSFW. Although I've never stopped doing NSFW, I just didn't really... I don't know. I kept it kind of separate from my YouTube stuff. Yeah, I make music. I like making music. In fact, I've been making music longer than I've been doing like visual arts. Cause like I used to play piano. I have like this keyboard, and I really like playing music. If I like heard a song that I liked, I would play it. I remember learning Megalovania, and I think another. No, it was not. It was not. It wasn't Undertale. It was Deltarune. I think I learned Megalovania and the World of Revolving, but then I actually got like a real piano teacher, so I learned some like classical stuff, Moonlight Sonata, Turkish March, The Entertainer. Just yeah, that one the I think it's Jimino PD or something like that. I don't know how to say it. I've never actually tried to learn how to say the song, but like the Minecraft song, you know. Yeah. Prelude in E minor. There's another song that I'm forgetting, but I'm not gonna be able to remember it. You gotta learn Rushy. Maybe. Unfortunately, I'm actually not as good as I used to be. I've kind of gotten rusty when it comes to my piano skills compared to my art, of course. I would say that like my song making skills, quote unquote, is like still the same, and perhaps I've even gotten better there. But my actual like but like my motor skills with my hands, I've gotten rusty. I still can play okay, but in fact, I've been thinking about like trying to like starting back up playing daily again, because I was like, you know, it kind of does suck that I've gotten like way worse at playing piano. Songs that used to be second nature to me are worse. Like Turkish March right now is kind of like a little bit tricky. Like I understand what I'm supposed to do, but it's just a little bit less put together, less tight. I don't know. I think I'm the only one who calls you Singyu. Yes, I believe so. Play Megalovania right now. Oh, I don't have the piano. The piano is now in my sibling's room. That's another reason why I don't play daily anymore. It's because it's just not as convenient anymore. You use Loomis? Who uses Loomis? Not me. I'm trying my hand at an OC after a long time, and thought of drawing a side profile first. She's a muscular beauty, but it ain't looking good. Yeah, unfortunate. Don't ignore my comment. I didn't see you. Yes, you are the only. Okay, yeah, that one. You just repeated it. Okay, cool. Do you like Sailor Fuku from anime? I don't know what that is. I stagnated on piano. I need a teacher. Unfortunate. Okay, be gone. Yeah, not the best side profile. Actually, I think it's mainly the head and maybe the calf area that's a problem. It really just depends on what actual style of character I'm trying to draw, though. In any case, be gone. I'm drawing the silent right now. I'm relatively sure that Megalovania is the one thing I can probably still play. That thing is ingrained in my head. Why is this why even... Oh, that's why it's that. Okay, cool, that kind of makes sense, actually. Oh, that thing. Now, what did you say? Do I like it? I think it's fine. I'm not, like, too particular about it. Like, if I see it in an artwork, I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool. I don't like necessarily hate it. I think it can look really cool. Like, for instance, I think in Silent, like, I like a Silent Hill F. I think that's the name of it. The black one. The black one is cool. Like black and red and white. I like that color scheme. I don't think it's necessarily super self-centered to forget to greet people. I mean, well, I don't know. Is it? I make a habit of greeting people, but I wouldn't necessarily think of myself as, like, self-centered. I think of myself as, like, forgetful. Like, it's not like I'm not greeting people because I don't like these people or I don't care about these people. It's more that I've forgotten that that's a thing that I should do. It's how I think of it. I don't know. Maybe I think in a weird way, though. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's not even a question. I like the black and blue scheme. Also like it when they combine it with a tuxedo. Combine a tuxedo with the skirt. Huh. I don't think I've ever seen that. Never seen that before. Goodbye, Tobler. Have a good day. Have a good day. I think I made her head larger than what I did for the sketch. I think I might like the sketch proportions a little, like the on my sketchbook proportions rather than this proportion, but it's fine. I mean, in the end, this is not actually supposed to be a super serious drawing. How long have I been at this? Wait. Okay, I was gonna say I've only been streaming for 30 minutes now. My stream time was just glitching. Yeah, that's not really. I don't think that's like self-centered. I think that's just not being super locked into like to that stuff. Oh, but I totally get you with like the time has already passed though. Like that's relatable. It's more like I think, is that supposed to be formal wear or former wear? I don't know. Formal wear on top and skirt on the bottom, usually with socks and loafers. Huh. I wonder. I think I'm over here trying to refine the skin. I don't think it's really that unfinished. I think what I just need to do is like add like a highlighter, so like probably on the stomach here. True, I have not seen Gaming Illustrator in a while. What is that called? Yeah, something like a blazer. All right. Other song. Art is such an amazing thing.